my Stone Age fishing kit, okay? So we have this dog bang, and we're gonna turn it into this. We are gonna braid it into string, fishing line. For our hook, we have an assortment of bones. We also have some soapstone, just really soft rock. Hopefully we can make a sinker for those. Then we have things like old corn cobs and little tiny gourds. These can both be used as a float. So there's our bobber. We have some shell that if we get to this, we could cut this down and make a little flasher, like a lure. That pitch that I collected the other day, pine sap basically. And then we have some scat in there. So we'll turn that into a glue, attach our bone hook onto our line, and glue that together. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this plant we call dog bane, and I'm gonna scrape the back of it with my knife. And the reason we do that is because when we break down this to a fiber, there's all this little barky kind of stuff that we don't want in there. So you can see that's a fibrous plant. Maybe you can see it. So then we want to hit it with a stone. So I got a stone on the ground here. So we got it like that. It should come apart. And then I'm just removing that inner pithy stuff, pulling it back like that. And then we get our outside layer. And then we're just gonna turn that fine old Barbie hair into some cordage. Turn it in on itself like that. This side goes away and we pull it in. Turn this one away from you, then bring it in. Turn this one away from you, bring it in. Keep doing that. And it starts to twist, okay? It starts to twist. I'm starting it off real thin and skinny in the front, just like a leader on a fly line. You want that skinny when you throw your line in there, so the line doesn't spook the fish. And then I'm gonna gradually, I'm making it a little thicker. But yeah, that's a pretty good amount. This is that little piece of bone. I've just been rasping it. This needs to be small enough to fit in a fish's mouth. If you don't have a rasp, you can carve this with a knife. Fresh bone's gonna be better. Bird bones are gonna be better. And now we're gonna start carving this. This is soapstone. It's a rock, but it's actually softer than this bone. I mean, I just took that off, right? So this is gonna be my sinker, but just to show you how it's done, this is like super soft, so you can literally carve it. I mean, and it likes to break too. I mean, that's super soft. So you can carve all, if you can get your hand on that. I'm gonna drill a hole in this, hoping that I don't, it doesn't crack in half, which might happen, but you can put a hole in it or maybe groove it. Welcome to my cooking channel. The first ingredient is you're gonna need pine pitch or some type of sap, right? Awesome. Put that in our jar. We're not needing much. Honestly, we only need a little daub. And then if you just apply the pine pitch to the item you're working with, it'll just become hard and brittle and break. So we're gonna use charcoal. That'll just give it something to bind onto, okay? So, like half and half is probably fine. And then we're also gonna use some poop, some scat. So this is what we got. And it's gonna be a little stinky. I did not break up that charcoal or that scat, so I'm gonna have to do that as I mix it in. If it's not mixing, throw it back in the fire. So we have our fish line here. I have a little loop on the back of my dog bane. If that loop's really small, you could slide your hook in there and just pitch it. You can tie this too. So I'm gonna do both though. There's a groove in the middle there. Right there. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna tighten it. And I'm just gonna do one bind over it. So there's our bone hook. Maybe it could have been a little skinnier on this side. And then we're gonna pitch it. And then we'll just apply a little bits on the tip of this and on the string, okay? And then you might burn the everlasting crap out of your hands, but if you ever use your hands a little bit before it dries and you want to squish it. Okay, so there we go. Now, I think I got to break some of this off. See, it's sticky. If this was only pitch, it would break. So we'll bait it, hot dog, grasshopper, and you're gonna bait it this way, right? You're not just gonna drop it in the water horizontally, but bring it, and the fish will come up and go, and then it'll bring it down, and it'll get stuck like this. Hell yeah, primitive fishing kit. Rolling on my pitch stick. So, yeah, if we need to float this guy, we can just do a knot on this little floater up here. But that's what you're looking at, right? Or we can tie this corn cob on, which I'll probably do because that's a little smaller. We can tie this weight on too. So the bobber is going to work great. You can see the bait in there. So that means the fish can see me. We need to fish this on a small stream. You can see that later on I put some power bait on this and it stained it. It definitely takes away from the primitive aspect of it. But really cool. Go gather yourself some natural materials and go try fishing with it. If you're interested, you can go to our website where we sell this sticker and a t-shirt along with a bunch of other designs. I learned this from Dave Westcott, and I read about it in a few primitive skills bulletins and other books. I taught a kid one summer how to make one of these, and the next summer I saw him and he told me that he actually caught a fish with it. And that's why we do this, I think, is just pass on these skills, whether you're just doing it for fun, for display, or actually fishing with it. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and go catch a fish or do whatever you got to do. God bless you.
Gonna get them fishes. Gonna fish all them fishes. Gonna get them fishes.